We could wrap it up a little bit. We could wrap it up. I mean, not right now, but oh my bad. You
The the female raps. We didn't talk about the female rappers, of course, but yeah, I just felt like Foxy. She she was dope. She was good. You know, she had writers.
yeah,
That's one
yeah.
number one. And she had co-writers slash writers. But the shit that she wrote was crazy though. That's
Oh, like
what
wrote for other artists.
no for herself.
Okay.
Yeah, the shit that she did because they had people helping her in the beginning when she was younger. They even bought this shit out. They talking about Foxy gonna be used in a case against Ho. There's some wild shit going on.
Dang.
They Yeah, like because Foxy was young. She was like 14, 15 when she first came out.
How old was she on that? Ain't no nigga. That ain't no nigga
She was
song.
like 15, 16.
Dang.
And the rumor is that Jay wrote her verse for that song. I was like, God damn. She was 16. I mean, but but there are promiscuous 15, 16-year olds, especially back then,
Right.
you know, and, and even now.
See, in that
But
industry too, especially.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, but what held Foxy back was, she lost her hearing, you know what I'm saying? For a couple of years. She was deaf. So she couldn't get to the Kim level because, that happened during her prime. Because she was about to make a comeback. She had an album and everything, but it never came out. Def Jam never put her album out because
Oh wow.
she was supposed to come out, because remember when Jay-Z took over at Def Jam?
Mm-hmm.
He was executive producing Foxy's album.
Okay.
So, you know, everything, because her first single, she was just talking about Jay, the whole, so this was like supposed to be Jay-Z overseeing her album. Then, she had the hearing loss and that fucked the momentum up and that album never came out. And then she hadn't
Yep.
put shit out since.
Dang.
She only her last album was 02, 03. Well actually no, it was like when did that song Candy come out? That was like 02, right?
Oh,
Candy was 02. Broken Silence was like her last album.
dang, man. So it's a kind of a what if thing then with her.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah, she's top 10 though. She's top
Yeah.
10 females.
Yeah. I'm about to say because I feel like Eve had a better career, but it was because of what you just said though. Yeah.
Eve had label issues. Like she came in with Dre. Dre dropped her the first time. Then she went with Rough Riders. She put out 3 albums with them. She was supposed to link back up with Dre. It didn't happen. Then she put out this one album in like 2010, 2011. It was all right. It was super poppy, but and some of her lines, you could tell Eve was a little rusty on that album. She had a couple of records on there that I liked. Like she had this song with Pusha T and Juicy J. That shit was crazy. That shit was dope.
Oh, I gotta listen. I'm surprised I ain't heard it. I'm gonna put the T fan.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Juicy J. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Juicy J kind of got them. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
hold you.
Yeah. I just thought about Juicy J. Like I never heard nothing I didn't like from him. Like far as like not like deep cuts. I'm talking about like anything that come on the radio or like it's like he don't miss, bro. Like I just
Well,
remember like that the plan with Wiz that was he killed that. He went crazy, bro.
yeah, Juicy J can rap, bro.
He
He's a
definitely
top
can rap.
100 guy. He's another guy in my top 100.
Yeah.
Juice is cold. Like he don't drop whack shit. He stays in his lane. He's kind of like Future. He just stays in his lane, does the same music. doesn't step too far outside of it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I do give Future credit for. It's just like I don't know, he just I mean, he really consistent though, really.
Yeah, I mean, he's got, I think it's like 8 number 1 albums now. I think it's eight
Yeah, it might be 8.
number one. But yeah, Future just stays in his lane and doesn't venture too far off. He's not very skilled, but he's got everything else. He's got all the other elements to be
Yeah,
a star.
exactly. Yep.
And Future's probably top 100 by now.
Yeah. Oh, I know what
Uh,
you're saying. He just dropped 2 albums with Metro, and he just know how to make songs. He just keep dropping hits and stuff. Like, I don't know.
Future makes the list. He's not high on the list yet, but I think he makes the list. I think it's time I think it's time for guys like Conway and Benny to make the list. I don't know about Wes. I'm still 50-50. I think he might have been on there. Not sure, but I know Con and Benny is because they've been out 10 years. I base my list on either like fast success of a person. Say if a person comes out with 3 albums and all 3 of them are classic, and it's the first 3 years of their career, I can start considering them for that list. For
Or you
me, I
want?
prefer
Oh,
I prefer cats that's been in the game 10 plus years.
yeah, I know what you're saying. I know if somebody come out off the gate like I'm trying to see like I mean like maybe
Fifty.
like Kendrick or 50 or 50. Like yeah, like nigga, I don't need to hear no more. You already top 100 off of Give Her to Die Trying, Big for Mercy, and Give Her to Die Trying plus the mixtape stuff. It's like
Yep. Yep. He would have made the list if he stopped making music after Get Rich or Die Trying. I say, he'd still be in the top 100. I don't know where I would rank him though. Probably the 80s or something like that. If he just did Get Rich, Beg for Mercy, the mixtapes, he'd probably be in the 80s somewhere.
yeah. And 50 did have some. He had to me. He had some songs after. I mean, I think at the massacre, people be like, but forget it's like he did have some joy. It's just he couldn't put the whole album. It's just like he couldn't do a whole.
Before I Self Destruct is underrated.
Yeah, I'm like, hit Stretch was crazy, and that Crime Wave. Them two of my favorite 50 songs, and
Yo,
that's
Crime
after his
Wave
prime.
is an underrated 50 Cent song. But
Fat
Death to My
thousand in the trap.
Enemies is probably my favorite one on that album. Because
Yeah,
Dre, like, and then
yeah.
Okay, You're Right that should have been a
Man, that's
bigger
not
hit.
crazy.
They
You like that?
dropped, I don't know what, I think I don't know, maybe it was the Interscope tension or something with 50 that made them not promote
Oh,
Okay, You're Right because that
that's
should have
stupid
been a
because that
bigger hit.
video was hard too.
That
The video was hard.
video was crazy with
Crazy,
them.
dog.
That was like
Yeah, with the
a
clowns in
mini
it.
movie.
Yeah, I remember that. 50 is great, bro. That's like, man, too
That
bad
should have
him.
been a better hit. Then he had the joint. What's that joint? What was the joint with Eminem on there? Oh yeah, Psycho. That
Psycho.
shit.
Yeah.
That showed that 50 can really rap. Because some people think 50 Cent can't rap because
Yeah, I know.
because he writes from a songwriter's format. He
Yeah, you gotta
formats
go
his
to.
songs like hooks. His bars are like hooks. He
Yeah.
writes his shit like songs. He don't really be trying to do bars
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying. You can't like judge a like. That's why like if you want to say like, oh, Jay Z. If somebody say, "Why is Jay Z a great rapper?" Show me. You don't supposed to show the nigga. Oh,
Yo,
can I get
the
a?
the
You know what I'm saying?
Jay
You don't
Z
post. You don't show him.
disrespect,
Can I get it? You show where I'm from or something. Like yeah, like
the Jay Z disrespect. I don't like the Jay Z disrespect. I don't
yeah. I
like it.
don't get it. I
I
don't
don't
get it at
fuck. I
all.
don't
You know
fuck with
why
the
though?
Jay
Because
Z
people
disrespect.
he basically the goat to like 80% of people. So people just hate on that. They just gonna hate automatically. Yeah. So I get it. But it's like
I mean, that nigga is my favorite rapper, but it's just like it's how he puts shit together. Like with Reasonable Doubt, that was just such a mature album for a debut.
yeah.
That was such a
Bro,
mature album.
remember I seen the TikTok. You said I'm good because you didn't want to go on there because the nigga had. I told you who he had ranked where, and he said, "Oh, this person overrated. This person better than this person." He's like, "You, I'm not interested in like, he got to be on the same level or like, I don't know."
And
And
then a
I
lot
guess
of
it ain't just the
these,
age. It
and
ain't
then a
just the
lot of
age
these
thing, but
motherfuckers,
a lot of the new people they don't know. They don't know. They don't
they
know who
wasn't
that is.
around when Jay-Z was running shit, they'll say shit, they'll just try to cheapen Jay's legacy. And they'll say shit like he can't rap. Nigga, what? The fuck is you talking
No,
about?
somebody said it on Facebook comment. I said this nigga said Jay Z can't rap, and I got like 100 likes off that shit. I'm like, this nigga stupid. I'm not about to argue with no dummy. Like, I'm not
Man,
gonna.
get the fuck out of here. Like,
If you say okay, Jay Z, he's great, but I don't think he's the
you
GOAT.
can't listen to Reasonable Doubt, Black Album, The Blueprint, and say this dude can't rap. But what does he say? What does he say? Like, what does he say? I'm like, nigga, everything.
You know what though? Because like a
Nigga,
lot of people got.
everything. Like, what
I
the
know when
fuck
I
do you
really get
mean?
into rap, I might know it was Nelly and stuff. I'm talking once I got like, I said like 12 or 13, like 8th or 9th grade or 7th, 8th, 9th, at least you understand somewhat. So I like the first rapper I really heard was like Nas. So it's like,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Nas set the standard. I'm sorry. Like nigga, like that's rapping. Like that's real rap. It's like sorry that them niggas not as good as Nas. I'm sorry. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, I think Nas is the greatest. Jay my favorite though.
yeah,
But Jay is either one or two.
yeah,
It ain't no low. He's not three or lower. Like
yeah.
you could forget it.
But if you
Like
look at the other guys that got 12 or
he's
13
up there.
albums, they not as
Jay,
good.
you know what I'm saying? This nigga had all those fucking summers, all those summers.
Seven.
Like
It
even
was
when
like
he
7 in a row.
like Reasonable Doubt, that's the cult classic. Ain't No Nigga was the big single off there. You know what I'm saying? Dead Presidents was the street, and everything. The second album, even though people shit on Volume 1 had some heat on there.
Yeah, 'cause remember where I'm from. Where I'm from had a video. It was only one verse though, but I still remember that shit. I remember.
And then
I can think
then a
say
million and one questions.
how can nigga say Dizzy can't rap you here? Imaginary player, bro. Come on now, like
Oh man, the cult, the fucking subliminal war with him and Mace.
yeah, he did. He snapped. I had to think about now that I'm older now. I knew he was talking about me. I'm like he got him talking because Mace was the only one that was really flashy. He was
And
super
the fucked
flashy
up
back then.
part was Jay-Z was on Harlem World.
Yeah, that's crazy. See, Jay Z know how to get it. He know how to get an
It
edge
was
up on everybody. He know how to get an edge
competition
up
though.
on
It
people.
wasn't no real shit. It wasn't no beef because he pulled up, because they had that story about him pulling up and Jay-Z pulling up in Mace's hood. And Mace asked him, "Was that you talking? Was that me you was talking about?" Jay was like, "Yeah, it was me. Now I was talking
Yeah,
about you, nigga." Yeah, so
yeah, because
you ain't gonna
um,
you ain't gonna get
and then
back at me though.
look how hot Mace was when he first came out. Jay Z like, man, I'm trying to get the top spot, nigga. What you think you doing? He coming
Then
out with
yeah,
hits
like I
like
said,
crazy though. Feel so good was
that
crazy.
hard knock life set it off for Jay.
Yeah, that put him in the Hey, somebody made a good take. They said basically after Reasonable Doubt Volume 1. I think they said after they heard 97 Hole, they said that nigga top 10. Period. Like that.
Oh, after hard knock life.
Oh, after they said after in my lifetime because the rapping. But
Oh,
I would
I
say
don't know.
Volume
I
2.
can't. I couldn't say that at that time. Because Big was still alive.
Yeah, because you can't say top. But they said he was top 10 just off what they heard. Like they felt like he had
Yeah,
rappers better than him, basically type shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, the first time I don't know. Like first time I heard Jay-Z was on this Blackstreet song, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this? This nigga is snapping! Like what the?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard no shit like that before."
Right.
So that made me go back and get Reasonable. That was '97. That was 9-7. So I went back and I grabbed Reasonable Doubt, got In My Lifetime, and I started listening. I was like, okay. Then Who You With, like Volume 1 was straight. It wasn't a classic, but it was straight though. Hard Knock Life, crazy.
Yep. And then um
Volume
oh
3,
Volume 3. Yep.
that was probably his worst album to me.
I ain't gonna say. Oh, of course we still listen to it. Like you say, his worst shit's still better. That's when Jay Z said, your best shit ain't better than my worst shit."
Yeah, because
Who was he talking
Volume
about?
3
Who was he talking about
had
on
heat.
that?
Volume 3 had heat. It had hits, had big pimping, things that you do. It's hot.
Yeah, so
Throw
ghetto.
your hands up.
Yep, so ghetto.
Those were hits.
Um, yeah, so ghetto on there. And I think
And yeah, so Ghetto was on there. Like, Come and
Oh,
Get Me was
anything was on there
probably
too. Anything was on
yeah,
there too.
yeah, Come and Get Me was crazy.
That might
That
be
was probably one of
that's
the
probably my favorite song on there for real.
yeah, that's
Come and
probably
get,
mine too.
yeah, come and get. He's
That was
going to
probably
Nas.
my favorite
See,
one
at the
because
time I didn't know he was going to Nas. So.
oh, I knew. Like the Memphis, the like the first. You remember? Oh man, you remember Jay and Nas? Oh my